when you've kind of gone sideways the way they have a little bit and you've struggled to score runs, I don't care how bad the opponent is, you feel good after that. I don't know that you feel a sense of relief. You probably feel good if you're the Cubs. Hey, we rallied. We were down 5-0. We came back. We tied it. We lost the lead again. We came back. We won.
We won. That's it. That's all you care about if you're a Cubs fan. And if you're a White Sox fan, any thoughts at 5-0, then the rains came to save the Chicago Cubs again. The rains came.
I very sarcastically tweeted or texted, excuse me. I don't ever go on X anymore, really. I very sarcastically texted some of us here at the station are on a big group chain. And Sylvie, Waddle, Abdallah, Connor, Meller, and I texted, I said, boy, it's, Game 7 all over again, as if that November night in 2016 or anything close to being as pivotal and as important as this game on this June night.
Didn't matter. It's still raining to save the Cubs.
And then, but everybody was kind of like, I saw the post-game show on NBC Sports kind of talking about it. You said it when you came in today. You said to me, hey, second time the rain delay has helped.
You don't know how the big guy above's going to go ahead and think what's important, what's not important. He felt this in this year's Cubs schedule was the important time to go ahead and intervene.
I guess so. Now, what do? Do you criticize Grifol and the White Sox for even allowing Flexen to go back out? Or do you criticize them for having the quick hook just because he got hit hard in that fifth inning at 63 pitches, despite the 45-minute delay? Should he have been allowed to continue? They've turned to Justin Anderson here in a couple of games where they've had leads in the last week, and the leads have gone poof. And it's not just Anderson. It's not just or only
Carm,
Justin Anderson. I shouldn't put it all on him, but
I'll offer this
not
up.
Good.
In the 70s, there could have been a 3-hour rain delay. Those starters were going to go back up there.
I don't know about that.
Wouldn't have made a difference. 3-hour rain delay, the starters were going back out.
I'm not so sure about that.
You guys are my horses today. You guys are going back out. Now, with the perennial softness of Major League pitching, I would offer up that a 15-minute rain delay is enough to send the pitchers to the bench. Yeah, you got to go to the bullpen after that. I will offer up with the softness of today's pitching and philosophies of pitching.
But they went back to Flexen.
I know they did, which is a mistake.
Or was the mistake not letting him go out for the sixth?
The mistake was not making it past the fifth and hope this rain delay would have lasted all night.
Well, that wasn't going to happen.
Playing faster baseball. They're guilty of not playing quick baseball.
Yeah, but that wasn't going to happen. We knew it was going to be a total washout. There was a passing storm. We saw it on the news leading up to the game.
I was watching radar.
Yeah.
I wasn't watching the news. I was watching radar.
Okay, fine. But you knew it was going to be quick and it was going to be fast-moving and it was going to be a brief rain delay. I had some of my Sox fans friends, and believe it or not, we still get a little fired up, even at 15 and 46. Why would he do that? Why would he not let him go again? It's 63 pitches. I said, it's got to have something to do with the fact that he got hit hard. And they just, I don't know if it was Flexen that said something. I don't know if Grifol and the staff looked at it and said, okay, maybe a bad idea, and they hit him hard, and let's not push this. We've got a 5-0 lead. You do feel like even through 5, when you turn a 5-0 lead over to your bullpen, you don't expect it to evaporate as quickly as it evaporated.
What did it take, 2 innings?
It took 2 innings.
It was gone.
It took 2 innings and it was gone. And that's just what I mean about, like, they can't really catch a break right now. I'm not making any excuses for them because they stink. And anybody that's listened to us for any duration of time over the last decade or so, or the last year, or if you're new to it, I'll reiterate. I am a White Sox fan, and they drive me insane. I've said it for years. They make it they make it hard to root for them. It is a grind. Sometimes it feels like a chore. Not everything. I shouldn't say everything. Pretty much everything they do from a baseball ops standpoint. The stadium experience is incredible. The outreach that they do, the Kids Academy, the Cubs, the Bull Sox Academy, the outreach stuff they do is great.
Yep.
And I'll tip my hat to them for that. The baseball ops make me sick, quite frankly.
They sicken you.
Or at least they have over this last decade.
That being said,
and so I don't want anybody to mistake what I'm saying is like feeling bad for them or making excuses. They've made their bet, as Jurko says, lie in it. Is it laying it or lying it?
You can do either one.
Whatever. And so I don't need to make excuses for
lay in it and lie to yourself.
Yeah, right. I'm not making excuses for Grifol. He brings nothing to the table whatsoever. He also can't win right now, no matter what they try. Again, you should not expect your 5-run lead to vanish like a fart in the wind in 2 innings. And so I don't know if he made a mistake sending him back out there for the 5th or not, or if he should have gone back out for the 6th. And a lot of it at the end of the day is, what does it really matter? This team is all-time bad. But whatever they try right now, whatever they do is backfiring. They send this little, this new kid up, this little speed demon, and that kid can run. What is it, Duke Ellis? I like that name.
Duke Ellis, yeah.
They send Duke Ellis up. He, the pinch hit, or the pinch run, for Colas. He's immediately on second. I don't know why he's not taking third.
I don't know
They're
either.
not going to throw him out.
Yep.
Now, he's a young kid in the big leagues.
He's youthful.
In Wrigley Field, eyes are wide. And instead of just going, he's goofing around and he gets picked off.
Yeah, I saw that.
And Ozzie came out and said right away, and I think this is the old manager in Ozzie, and this is why Ozzie was good. You know, when you talk about like what managers bring to the table, this is what Ozzie was good at. And Ozzie would tell you this. Ozzie would maybe tell you X's and O's. He's as horse bleep as anybody else. What Ozzie was good at, and you know it, was diverting any negative attention from his players and putting it on
himself.
Him.
Yeah.
You know, Ozzie had a knack for that. And the
Even if
manager
he had to create
in him,
a distraction.
yes, and the manager in him, you could see the wheels were turning, because he came out right away and said, I'm telling you how I would handle this, and nobody should be blaming that kid. Nobody. Because what just happened tonight wasn't on that kid. It was on a bunch of other guys and a bunch of other decisions. And that was Ozzie's point. Like, don't blame him. At the same time, he can't get picked off second base.
Can't have it.
And the young kid stood up afterwards and met the media, so I give him credit, and he knows it.
Right.
You can't get picked off second base.
Yeah, a little more credibility and accountability coming out of that youngster, which is kind of a nice thing today. All this being said,
It's a disaster.
All this being said, can't wait to join you tomorrow at Cork and Kerry, right in the vicinity of the Losers Ballpark over there. On 33rd and Princeton. We'll be there all day.
Yeah, starting at noon.
So we'll be having fun there tomorrow. You were so negative on the Sox and everything. I just want to remind everybody, we will be in the White Sox neighborhood tomorrow.
What did I tell you? The game day experience is great. The park is awesome. The food, the amenities, the stuff for kids.
The shakes.
The shakes. The All-Star representative for the White Sox. It really, without question, should be the milkshake.
That's 100% correct.
You know, the outreach that they do, the community stuff that they do, the
shake and
stuff they do with
Frylock
kids.
and Meat Wad, all the greats.
The crew that they have, Mike Huff and his entire crew, and all those trainers, all those coaches, all those young men and women that played high level of baseball or softball that then give back to the community in terms of teaching baseball. It's all fabulous.
Yeah.
But
the
the baseball ops has been miserable for far too long.
Yeah.
You hired a manager that, dare I say, no other team in baseball would have given Pedro Grafal a chance to be their manager.
Then Littlefinger got in the Reinsdorf's ear and got everybody tossed. And then last August, Littlefinger got everybody tossed. Chris Getz.
Yes.
And now he takes over with his mantra. It's going to get worse before it gets better.
Probably, because
it's going to get worse before it gets better.
They're probably going to trade Kopech.
They're not heading up.
No.
They haven't reached the valley yet.
No. They probably will trade Kopech. There was a Ken Rosenthal report yesterday that said the Padres are hot on Crochet now. I've got thoughts on that, and I might hold off on trading Crochet. I also don't think I'd rage against it if they did. But it is going to get worse, Yerk. Yeah. It only gets better late in the year when some of the young guys come up and maybe they pop a little bit.
Maybe.
The only saving grace, and I think, who was it? Caller Mike a couple days ago said, Carm, I'm a Cub fan, but I'm going to give you one positive thing. And he was right. What's happening in their minor league system is encouraging right now. Edgar Quero. Who's the kid?
Edward
the mustachioed one that they got for Cease. I'm blanking on.
Costanza.
The former Yankee.
Castiglione.
Drew Thorpe. Thorpe. Quero. Some of the Montgomery's been okay. Some of the other he's at AAA. The AA prospects, there are a handful of them right now, Yurko. Noah Schultz, who just got the promotion up. There are a lot of impressive things happening in their minor league system. So that's the saving grace. That's years away, though.
Now, Littlefinger was responsible for that at one point, right?
For some of it.
Right? Wasn't he?
Not for the Quero trade. That was still Rick Hahn.
Okay.
Right? Because that was Giolito.
Well, I mean, who was doing the drafts? I thought it was Getz that was doing the drafts.
Getz was their director of minor league development. So I'm not. Yeah, he wasn't their scouting director or.
Okay.
But he was involved.
He was involved somewhat. I was trying to get Littlefinger some credit.
Yeah, like on the Noah Schultz pick, you mean?
Right.
Yeah.
I'm trying to give him a little bit of credit, like he's actually done something, and maybe whatever's happening at the minor leagues, he had something to do with.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm trying to give him some credit. I don't think I'm wrong when you're the director of the minor leagues.
Yeah, you're involved.
If you've got a good minor league system with some players coming up,
yeah.
I think I've got to give Chris Getz a little bit of credit then.
And so maybe there's some hope.
I mean,
in the way distant.
I'll make fun of him all day and night. But at some point, I do got to give them credit if they've got a decent minor league system.
And just it's rough, you know. And nothing they do, and like no matter which button they push right now, they can't get one, and it's just
the season
rough.
is lost. Carm.
Of course, I understand
This is a
that.
lost season.
I
mean,
understand
to sit
that.
here every single day and just like lament the failures, and I get it. We're going to do it today because they played the Cubs and they were up 5-0.
Right.
Then the miraculous rain delay came for the Chicago Cubs and propelled the Cubs into victory.
Yeah.
Now, good move or not a good move by Craig Counsell? I've lambasted Craig Counsell. The addition of Craig Counsell, pinch hitting Patrick Wisdom, putting Wisdom in there.
Well, it looks good when you know the result
when it happens.
is
But
when
what
the
happens?
result is the result. It looks good.
You make a move, the player executes.
Right.
Who look like genius?
Yeah.
Who look him like genius?
Who look them like?
Huh? Who look him like genius? Whoopity doopity. What him say? Him say, you a genius. So was he or was he not a genius move?
I don't
Do
know
I
that-
give the manager all the credit in the world, or I give the player the credit in the world?
I don't know that takes like some stroke of genius. That's a pretty obvious counter probably at that time
Okay.
in the position where they were in the game. But it certainly is. You know, somebody's in the dugout on their toes. Like,
He's
this is the
aware
move
enough.
we should make.
Right.
And Wisdom
Okay.
made it look great with
And
the home
Wisdom
run.
makes it look great. So it's, again, back to the players are the guys that are doing it.
Yeah.
The players are the guys that deserve the credit for getting things done.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Just so we've established my offseason mantra. Now, David Ross maybe doesn't make the move. I don't know.
I don't know. I think most
I don't know.
I think Tony La Russa might not because he would have been asleep. But
Yeah.
I think most managers probably
I just want to know.
make the move.
I just want to know. That's
All
all.
right,
I
Cub
want to know.
fans and Sox
Great win
fans,
for the
I mean,
Cubs, though. Great win for the Cubs.
Yeah,
We're
listen,
right back in it.
Again, I don't care how bad the team you're playing is, right? It felt like the Cubs needed that one, especially after being down 5-0, looking around like, what the hell's going on? The White Sox went off as like a $2.50 underdog. And the Cubs went into that rain delay thinking, like, is it really? This can't happen. And they didn't allow it to happen. So
I've been watching.
take that win.
I've been watching Sylvia walk back and forth up the State Street Bridge over there. I was kind of concerned about him.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I'm glad the Cubs won too.
On
I
either
have
side
been
of town-
concerned about the little guy.
On either side of town, how do you react to last night? You know, I mean, obviously the Cubs did need that one.
The White Sox stink.
For the White Sox, it's not going anywhere. I do want to quiz you on just how historically bad this start is, though, now through 61 games. I'll give you a little context coming up.
The 27 Pirates.
Well, it's more recent context.
Okay, all right.
I didn't go back that far, but I'll tell you, it's a big data sample, Yerk. Believe me, it's about the data sample's almost as old as you, and you're no spring chicken anymore. Let's face it.
You got that right. 67. What a year.
312-332-3776. If you want to ring us up, react to last night. Got plenty of Bears and NFL to talk because day 2 of minicamp is happening. We already got some Bears calls, too. So sit tight. We'll start getting some calls in here at 312-332-ESPN, plus Courtney Cronin at 1. Matt Eberflus when he meets the media later today, sometime around 2:15, right here on your home for the Bears.